여유롭겠지.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to Stupid is Real. This is your boy Q, and they done let me loose on a Saturday. They done let me loose on a Saturday. And listen, I don't know why they let me loose out here by myself. They know I do not know how to behave by myself. But welcome to Stupid is Real. Because I told y'all I was gonna do Stupid is Real, and I meant it. And I meant it. Today, it's gonna be a pretty cool little show. They don't let me loose on the Saturday so I can talk about what I want to. I can talk about what I want to, and I'm gonna talk about what I want to. Listen, I'm glad that you guys decided to join in, pop on in, come on in. I know it's a Saturday morning. We got some stuff going on. And I do appreciate you guys in advance for your comment and all that good stuff. Of course, do me a favor. Please do us a favor. Do us a quick little favor. Please be 21 years or older to participate in these conversations. Watching and listening to all y'all that can hear my nice, good little voice or whatever, go ahead and make sure you're 21 years and up because we don't want to hear your mama and your daddy and them calling and emailing, talking about they caught your show. I definitely will appreciate if you drop your comments to us on today because they done let me loose. They don't let me loose. And so let's go ahead and get it done real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna, like we at the church, we're gonna start with the announcements on today. We're gonna start with the announcements. Do me a favor, y'all, keep my boy Hendrix lifted up. I'm gonna be sharing this broadcast in just a second, but y'all go ahead and keep my boy Hendrix lifted up on this morning. He's not feeling really well on today, and so we're gonna make sure that he is okay. In a little bit, I'll call and check on him and see how everything is going with them. We do appreciate your YouTube. We appreciate your Facebook. We appreciate you X or Twitter, all of that good stuff. We appreciate it. And I apologize that I'm looking down right now, but I am sharing this broadcast with those I like, love, dislike, all that good stuff. And make sure you do the same thing. You share this with your people so that way they'll definitely know that we are on point. That we are on point. I am, like I said, sharing the broadcast right now. And again, welcome to Stupid is Real. Welcome. We do welcome because stupid is definitely real. And I don't understand why people don't think stupid is real because people say stupid stuff all the time. They do stupid stuff. They say stupid stuff. It's just complete stupid. You know, stupid shit. Just stupid. Um, Make sure you check us on. Let me see what's coming up here. This coming Friday, I believe. The Devil and His Advocate. We will be back on the horn. Myself and my boy Seek the Poet, Big E, whatever y'all want to call him. Whatever he want to call himself. We will be on the horn on this coming Friday. And then, of course, check us out on this coming Saturday with myself, Mo Swag, and Hendrix with MTG Live. And so you just make sure you go ahead and do that or whatever. We got a couple of surprises for you on this um, great summer. I'm just pulling up everything, making sure that I got everything situated and set up so y'all can see what we're gonna talk about today when I share some of these videos. Yeah. Also, do us a favor, real quick. My girl's gonna be jumping on here in a second. Actually, it's gonna be dropping some comments and some information in regards to the Kings and Queens of Prosperity that's taking place in Dallas, Texas, at Glendale Park, and it's going on right now. If you have anything that you like to donate, as far as any monies are concerned, she's going to be dropping that information in the chat here in a moment. Also, if you have any kind of clothes, non-perishable items that you would like to donate to the community, Glendale Park, they're up there at this particular time. They are up there at the park, and they are going to be um, um, they're definitely going to be doing some things over there at the park or whatever to give back to the community. So they're getting it set up. They're getting it set up so everything can go as smooth as possible. Another thing, real quick here, I am going to be posting some things on my Facebook page here in a moment. There are a few things I want you guys to go and do for us. I want you guys to check out My baby brother's band is called Frequency. I'm going to be dropping their information in the comments. I believe that they're going to be performing today. I'm not really sure. I'm thinking it's going to be the Freeman and Deep Ellum on tonight. And so we're going to be promoting some businesses, getting back to that thing or whatever, being back to, our promotions and things like that. So you guys will know what the deal is and what's going on. And so I am excited. Hey, Anthony, what's up, man? You know what? If I knew that I was going to be on here by myself, I would have invited you on the show because you and I, we have a great dialogue and we could have, made the people laugh. But that's all right, though. That's all right. It's going to be all right, because they done let me loose and stupid is real. Stupid is so real. It is so real. It is so real. So, real quick, before I get to a couple of these videos that I'm going to share. Did y'all hear? Did y'all hear? Now, did y'all hear about that the U.S. Mint will no longer be making pennies after this cycle of pennies that they are making? Now, I had the article, but I'm deciding not to drop the article on today because I really don't want to. I don't feel like it. But I can paraphrase. We are no longer, well, the United States or Mint will no longer be making pennies. What's going to happen is that they're going to stop the production of pennies, and it's supposed to save the country in some particular places 65 million to about $100 million a year with the actual particular pennies not being made. That doesn't mean that pennies will not still spend. That is not true. It is just at this point that y'all president, that orange man, saying, well, he ain't orange no more. I don't know what they call him now. They call him wig. I think that's what they call him, wig. Is saying particularly that that it's going to save the country that amount of money per year. And so if you have some pennies and stuff like that, Granny used to always say, hold on to your change, hold on to your change, hold on to your change, or whatever. But we're going to see how that's going to work out. And I had someone ask me the other day, well, how would that affect us? For example, if we ran out of pennies or something like that. And I said, well, if that was to ever happen, they'll just round up 1 cent or round up 2 cents or whatever particular cents, and then say, I'm gonna brush my teeth and hop. I can brush my teeth and hop on. No, man, chill out. You good. They need to stop with those tax cuts to the rich that will save all the money. Well, Anthony, that's true. These a lot of this is to, in my opinion, pay off, Wig's tab. You already know what that is for me, and these programs that are threatening to this economy as it relates to tax cuts and things of that nature, that's going to directly affect the lower and middle class American. Going to be taxed heavier at work, on your Social Security, things of that nature. And that we even particularly go as far as to say that, for example, anything that you use for your pre-tax dollars and things like that, for example, like 401ks and stuff like that, anything for pre-tax dollars will be charged higher once it's time to be taxed on that. And at that particular moment, whenever you decide to, I guess you can say, let's say if you want to cash out your 401k, whatever that tax bracket is or that percentile that it sits, is going to be taxed at that tax percent. So it is weird. I don't know what else to say about that other than, whatever. Also here in the state of Texas, I don't know if you guys, I'm gonna make sure that it is legal or in legislation, but in the state of Texas, the Texas Senate has voted to ban all THC products in the state of Texas, which means that, of course, they're going to go back to jailing those who may consume marijuana if they're caught, gummies, anything, vapes, anything of that nature that has THC in it. They're going to be resuming prosecution of those. which is going to, of course, it's going to go right back to what it is, jailing, people, putting them in jail for having weed on them or whatever the case it is. They're going to be doing all that stuff again, and so Texas is in a regression right now. And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. And so, you know, stupid is real. It is real. It is definitely real. I don't know what else to say about that other than that it's just real. It's just stupid. It's just real. And I wish I had my sound effects because I will be giving myself sound effects at this particular moment because it's real. You know, it's important for you to get out and vote in these midterm elections, things of that nature. I see the signs and stuff starting to pop up. I see the election campaign commercials and things of that nature starting to come up because midterms are going to be coming very, very quickly. And so it's very, very important that you get out, and vote because these legislations and these laws that are being passed are not for you if you make below a certain income bracket. That's just what that is. And I'm so sorry about that. It affects me too. I wish I was rich like Hendrix, and being that percentile. But that ain't the case. That's not the case. So, again, got some things going on. Make sure you keeping up with all of this legislation that's going on because whoever inherits this economy after Wig is done with it, um, got their hands full. They got their hands full. They got their hands full. Real quick, what I want to talk about. How do I want to do this today? Do I want to go there today or do I want to go here today? Let's see. You know what? I know exactly what to do. I know exactly what to do. Let's do this. Let's do this. So let's do this. I'm gonna put this up real quick. And this is gonna be something uh from TikTok or whatever that I done. Now let me tell y'all something. This minute is a minute and 57 seconds. I want y'all to stick with me, stay with me, or whatever. When I tell you stupid is real, stupid is real because let me tell y'all baby mama something. You now you put your men on these child supports and stuff like that. You put them on the child support and you want the man to pay, you bi-weekly, weekly, monthly, however it is when it's put on your child support card, but you don't want these men to know where you stay, and you done got into it with them, and you done did all this kind of stuff, whether it's verbal, mental, physical, all of this kind of stuff. And when you get them on child support, you forget that men still have rights on child support, that they have to see their children. A person's just not gonna be paying your money or whatever the case it is, and you're not gonna be, won't be able to see your kids and stuff like that. And and let me tell you, if there's a question of DNA and stuff like that, fellas, you don't have to have the mama's permission to go and have that child DNA tested. That's across the board in every state in the United States. You don't have to, take, have the mama's permission to take that child and have that child DNA tested. If you're right here in Dallas, however, you can go to paternitydirect.com, or I'm sorry, paternitydirectdallas.com. Tell my girl Master Gas sent you. She might give you a discount. She might give you a discount. But paternitydirectdallas.com, go ahead and check them out. They can test siblings, they can test mom, dad, whomever needs to be tested, whatever, if there's a question of paternity, however, once these children get put on once the father or the mom gets put on child support, they are supposed to have access to that said child, whether if it is supposed to be in a place where they'll need to meet to exchange custody, things of that nature, or at mama's house or daddy's house, whoever house they at, whoever house they at. Okay, Anthony, you said weed is legal here and I don't smoke, but when I walk on the sidewalk, that's all I smell, so I get high anyway. No comment. No comment on that. Listen, there are so many people that rely on THC products right now. Anxiety is very, very real in this climate that we're living in. We're living in a very, very, very racially charged climate right now. We're living in a stressful climate right now. We're living in a climate right now where Medicaid and Medicare is being cut and slashed. People are going to have medical bills out the wazoo. This will affect credit. The student loans are going to be, starting to be garnished out of people's taxes now. All of this kind of stuff, paychecks, all that stuff. If you have not taken a look at, if you have student loans or don't know what position they're in, go to studentaid.gov, studentaid.gov, and find out the status and what your student loans are in, because it's very, very important that you know that. They're going to send you some information. Yes, they are going to come after you if you do not send that paperwork in. You got to get that paperwork in. You got to print it out and old school mail it. No, they'll email it to you, but you got the old school mail it because they want your John Hancock on it. So make sure you do that, because you're gonna wake up one day and they took $1,600 out your paycheck, and you're gonna be wondering what the hell is going on. Student loans. And let's not even talk about if you already own child support or anything else coming out your paycheck. Student loans. So go ahead, studentaid.gov, check that out. Type, it's going to ask you for your personal information. Listen, I understand, I know, but everything's done online now. Put your social security information in there, go in there and put your information that they will verify who you are, who you say you are, and put yourself on a forbearance or put yourself on a deferment if you're still in school. Do what you need to do. Hell, take some classes or whatever, get put on that payment plan or whatever, so they're able to, so you won't, lose no money nowhere, and they do go by your income. And if you're not working, I think the lowest payment is $5. I'm just saying. Now, who is texting me? Okay. All right, you're gonna have to wait. They're gonna have to wait. All right. So I want y'all to check this video out. Check this video. Drop your comments. Anthony, thank you for commenting. Drop y'all comments, because it's more than just Anthony watching. So y'all drop the comments or whatever. But check this out real quick. This is what I'm gonna do. How I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do share like that, because stupid is real. Doom doom. Make sure the audio is on. Check this out. Y'all watch along with me. Check it out. Hey sis, check it out.
His child lives.
That's something else. No, I prefer not to.
I'm not asking what you prefer. I'm saying, why shouldn't he know where his child lives?
Because we're not together. We're not together, and I don't want no confusion and no commotion. So we meet out. I will let him see her, and they go. I don't have to be there.
No, you don't need to be there at all. But
Exactly.
So is there any other reason why dad shouldn't know where his child lives?
It's a lot of reasons.
This is your opportunity to tell me.
This a lot of reasons why he don't need to know where I live at.
I'm not asking about you. I'm asking about his child. Why shouldn't he know where his child lives?
Because she live with me. We live in the same house, me and her. But me and him, we don't get along. We don't get along. So I know it's gonna be some commotion if he know where I live at. That's
so
why
how
he
long
don't know where I live.
So how long has it been since he's known where you lived?
He don't know where I live.
So how long has it been since?
A long time. When he went to jail, I moved.
Okay. And so, Dad, do you know where Mom lives right now?
Yes.
Yes.
How do you know where I live? You don't know where I live.
Okay.
They live in Ennis.
Okay, stop, both of you. Okay, I will reserve the non-disclosure issue, but everybody's phone number and email address needs to be in the order. So I'm going to put you both with Mr. Wright so that he can get all that information. Okay. So Mr. Wright, I'm going to move you and Mom and Dad. Everybody just hit join when it pops up on your screen. You're going to all be in the same room with Mr. Wright. There we go.
So Mom does not want Dad to know where she lives, but he's on child support and she's refusing to let this young man or whomever he is see this child, and he is paying child support. I told y'all stupid is real, and they done let me loose. And on a Saturday, they don't let me loose by myself. Let me tell y'all something. Now listen. Now, who you make your children with is your business, right? You know, none of us was there. You know, when you was making your kids, none of us was there when you was getting your good feel on. None of us was there when you was, getting shot up in. None of us was there when you was playing around doing all kind of stuff. But when you place a parent on child support, it is ridiculous that they do not have access to their children. Listen, I don't care what you say. Listen, you picked them. You picked them. And if you thought he was a prize at that time while you was getting your freak on, then he needs to be a prize to his kids, especially if he's paying child support. Or unless if you like Anthony Edwards and go ahead and ask what the balance is and go ahead and pay it off. I mean, I'm just saying. And to say mom's ignorant ass, she needed to express bodily harm or something. I mean, come on. If it's anything like that, of course, you want to definitely say something about what's going on with you. Not because, well, I feel like, he don't need to know where I'm at, and I feel like this, that, and the other. That is no excuse. That's no excuse not to give and grant this father access to his kids. It's no excuse. It's amazing how some parents, not all, some parents, y'all be in your feelings in regards to your children. I mean, regards to the parent of your children, and all of a sudden, you make your child's feelings your feelings or whatever. Don't you understand that it takes a whole ass village to raise one? It takes a whole village to raise one. Whether you think, that you got it or not, there needs to be some aunts, some uncles, some cousins, someone around, mentors, someone around to help with these kids. Because let me tell you, the other day, let me tell you just how rude some of these kids was. The other day, I was at the gas station. Stuff always happened to me at the gas station. I was at the gas station, and this little girl was just cussing up a storm in front of me, and I looked at her and I said, "Do me a favor, can you watch your mouth in front of me? I'm a grown man. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't like bothering people. I don't like bothering people. I don't like telling people, what to do and all this kind of stuff. But don't use that kind of language in front of me. Just don't do that. She had to be about 12, 13 years old, and she walking around talking about the fuck, the fuck, the fuck, the fuck. I'm like, okay, okay. Don't use that kind of language in front of me. And then she looked at me and she was like, who you talking to? And for a second, hey sis, I almost lost it. Just for a second, I almost went off on that little girl. But then I said, you are a young lady. You are an African American, Black American young lady. That same way. As children, you kid like that, but it's going to, and they're going to disrespect you just like you're disrespecting me. Sometimes you have to point that kind of stuff out. And the little girl was just looking, and she didn't really catch it until her mama said, "You owe that man an apology." But her mama was all hood too, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and that's fine, no problem, But she was like, "I'm sorry, sir." See, sometimes you don't have to just really cuss somebody out. Now, if you do feel good to cuss somebody out, though, don't it? It feels good to cuss a person out. I mean, it feels so wonderful to just get it in. But you don't want to be in a place where it's like, oh well, you're damaging somebody else's child. It's just ridiculous. Hey D, good morning. No access, no support, in my opinion. How would she feel if the roles were reversed? Absolutely. You know, and some of these kids, you know, they run around here and they see what y'all doing. They see what y'all doing. You know, this generation that's raising their kids, you know, some of y'all millennials that got these children, some of y'all Gen Z that's starting to have kids and all this kind of stuff, and y'all walking around outside with slippers on. Wait a minute, I forgot to grab that video, but that's all right. I ain't gonna say nothing. I mean, I ain't gonna even look for it real quick, but you walking around here and you go to your son and your daughter's kindergarten graduation, and a mama come up in there with a house coat on, a moo and some house shoes. When somebody said, well, Q, maybe that's all she had. No, that ain't all she had. That's not all she had, because if that was all she had, then I'm quite sure the other times that she done went up to this school for this child, she probably would have wore the same thing. You know, when I was coming up, if my mom had to come to my school, my mama got dressed to come to the school, because that's my mama. And guess what? When my friends seen my mama coming, it was like, hello, Miss Stevens, hello, Miss Helen, because it's a respect factor. And when you get yourself up to that school, teachers can know when the actual parent is involved in their child's schooling, simply sometimes by the way they dress. And you going up to your child's graduation in a moo, a headdress, I mean, a bunny and some house shoes. That ain't cool. That is not cool. Who wants to do that? That's embarrassing. And then you get mad if somebody bully your child, and the first thing they say, well, your mama ain't got no clothes on. Your mama doing this, that, and the other. Or your mama's objectified by one of your friends. Man, your mama surely is fine. I mean, well, you and what is the child supposed to do? Because you set that forth. You put that forth. Hey, sis, thanks for joining. Welcome to Stupid is Real. You know, so I'm just trying to figure out, you know, sometimes you have to watch what you do in front of your kids, because they are sponges and they're going to pick a lot of this stuff up. And when you get to a place where you put somebody on child support and you keep them from that parent that's making their payments on time, or when they make their payments, or whatever the case it is, and you keep that child from that parent, you are out of line, and you are going against whatever child support order you got, unless if it is proven that that person is very toxic to that child and they have to have supervised visits and stuff like that. It takes a village to raise one. It takes a village to raise one. You can't be in a place where you think that you're just gonna do anything that you want to do just because that man is paying you money. And let me tell you something now. You know, I don't agree with wig a lot of times. You know, that's what Trump name is to us, is wig. I don't agree with wig a lot. But one thing I do agree with wig about is that, listen, from the day that that child is born, from the day that that child is born, a DNA test need to be done on who you say the daddy is. That'll cut out a whole lot of stuff. Tennessee is already doing it. Listen, because some of y'all be lying. Some of y'all be lying, and y'all know y'all be lying. And this child will go years and years and years being attached to a father that ain't not even blood related. Now, there's nothing wrong with another man stepping up into that place, you know, to help with with the child or whatever in that capacity. But it's wrong for us to walk around here and you know the truth, and you know that kid ain't his, and then you get mad when 5-10 years. I think I seen that on the news the other day, where this guy just walked up and gave his wife the divorce papers after 10 years of marriage, because he found out that his son was not his. And then, because I forgot what state it is, I think it was North Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. You know, they got them crazy, crazy laws in North Carolina. But in North Carolina, she have to pay that back to him. And she should. And she should. And she should. How you gonna get pregnant by somebody else and you know that that baby is not his? So listen, if you got certain things in place and certain things in order, do the right thing by your child. It takes a village to raise one. Let's check out the comments. Hey, sis, she said, I know, bro. I know. Listen, everybody, I mentioned earlier about the Kings and Queens of Prosperity. They're now at Glendale Park in Dallas, Texas. They say they are right across from the pool on the riverside. Y'all know what that is, the side where the creek is, so go ahead, stop by. If you have any clothing that you would like to donate to the community, go ahead and drop them off over there. If you have any donations, I'm gonna have sis drop the cash app. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 $10 will do. I'm gonna do my best to get out there here shortly after this show, a little bit before the rain comes, because I think we have rain coming today, and so to try to get out there and show my support. But still in agreement with the judge. Why can't dad know where you live? Well, because we don't get along. I feel like he don't need to know. Well, I don't care about what you feel. I don't care about what you feel. He paying child support. He needs to know where his kid is. Period. 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 Anthony says custody orders and child support orders are usually separate. Even if a parent isn't paying timely, the visitation should have nothing to do with it. And that's how custodial parents get in trouble. Every time. Every time. Every time. And it also says in Texas, he still has to pay child support if you were married and the child isn't yours. Now, that right there is still crazy to me, Anthony. And you're absolutely correct. In Texas, especially if you're married, you still have to pay for that child. And if you were married, that in the eyes of the law, that's your child. So if a woman goes and get pregnant, and let me tell you, they do it on purpose now. They do it on purpose. You go and you get pregnant if you want to, and you married to this man 10, 15 years or 3 months or 6 months or 2 years, and you go get pregnant, and this man is so leery about what's going on. And the day you go in there to have that baby, you know that that baby come out half white and you is chocolate and something is going on and you know that baby ain't yours. You can't refuse to sign a birth certificate. And if you do refuse and you're married, the state will still make you pay for it. So do yourself a favor. Get them results. Find out the truth. And don't lie to yourself, because you're gonna hurt yourself and that child. Now, if you do, for all the dads out there, if Father's Day is coming up next month, if you decide to continue to be, and be an asset in that child's life or whatever the case it is, even if you find out that the child is not yours, that's a wonderful thing. But let me tell you something. Y'all got to be careful when it comes to these child support orders, and you got to be careful with what the court says that you have to do, because you got to do what they say do, or they're gonna lock you up. They're gonna lock you up and they're gonna throw away the key. I'm just saying. Another video we got here. I've been on 33 minutes. It's not gonna be a long show today because I'm by myself and I don't really have too much to harp on, other than the fact that we're still boycotting Target. We still boycotting Target, I believe. Check out Pastor Jamal Bryan. Check out his podcast. Check out his social media information, and he's letting most of us know in churches and things of that nature know that they're going to be doing a 9 minute and 7 seconds. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's 9 minutes and 7 seconds boycott in front of Target, protest, a peaceful protest in front of Target, which is the same amount of time that cop had his knee on George Floyd's neck. I think it's 9 minutes, 7 seconds, I believe. Something like that. Check out his podcast. He'll go into it or whatever. But Target is suffering. They are feeling the heat. They are definitely feeling the heat, to the point to where the CEO's salary has been slashed in half. So they feeling the heat. There are a lot of people returning their stuff to Target. Deliveries and things are being sent back. They're sending out coupons. People are sending them back. They don't want it. And now they're feeling the power of the black dollar. As I said, when I was married and separated for a year and found out that, I ran to the lawyer and got that divorce. Black folks be separated for years and don't get divorced. Now I don't even know why you even went there, but I'm gonna go there since you started it. I'm gonna go there for just a second. Why y'all holding on to them? Listen, if you don't want to be together now in Texas, I know that there's a cooling off period. There's a waiting period, I believe about 60 days. And then after the petitions are signed, the cooling period, I think, is 90 days, I believe, or something like that. If you don't want to be together, go ahead and file a divorce. What is you waiting on? Now, if you separated trying to figure things out, that's one thing. But if you don't want to be with this person, if you know you're not going to be with that person, you know what? Hold on. And Anthony, this is your fault. I'm sick of some of y'all. I'm so sick of some of y'all. I don't know what to do. I'm so sick of some of y'all asses jumping on Facebook, throwing your boo in our faces, taking pictures, cheese, doing all this other kind of craziness. And then the next thing you know, you divorced or you separated. And y'all pray for me, or man, why she do me like that? And you don't put everybody in your business, and then you don't want nobody to comment on the fact that you made your relationship public and you made your relationship your business. I mean, everybody else's business, but you don't want nobody commenting on your stuff. Some of y'all don't even need to get married no more. I know about 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 of y'all on my timeline, on my Facebook and TikTok. I know about 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 of y'all that have been married 17 times. You don't need to get married no more. Maybe it ain't meant for you. And I'm so sick of y'all walking around here talking about God got the one for me. How many more times is it going to take you to get it? If you done been married 4, 5, 6 times, eventually it's your fault. Eventually it got to be you. Stop blaming that mess on God. Stop letting people rush you into something that you know you don't want. And it's okay for you to be happy single. Some of y'all do not need to be getting married because you done been married 12, 13, 14 times. I know somebody right now that just got married not even 6 months ago, and they already separated. And I think that they on their 8th marriage. Stop with the foolishness. Stop it. Stop dragging people into your foolishness. Stop. Because it's false hope to some people that really actually want to get married and really want a commitment with somebody and really want to do things in a way that is going to help them feel good about themselves. And you walking around here and you done been married 17 times and had 17 different weddings, 17 different color palettes all picked out, 17 different kind of cakes, and big, small, tall, whatever kind of wedding you done had. I'm sick of it. Sick of it, because stupid is real. Stupid is real. What's up, Lee? What's up, Lee? What's going on, man? Thank you for watching. You know damn well you don't need to be married. If you know you don't love them, if you know you don't love her, if y'all don't love each other no more, leave. And stop wasting people's time. And stop letting people propose to you, ladies, that you already know you have no clue who this person is. Take the time and date and find out who it is that you're dealing with. So that way, when you do say I do, at least you didn't go into it in a situation where it was rushed. You took your time. You took your time. So sick of it. I'm so sick of y'all. I don't know what to do. Getting on my damn nerve. All on the damn timeline. You done threw your relationship up in everybody's face, and then all of a sudden, now y'all separated. Now you're going through a divorce on your relationship status. It's complicated. Ain't nothing too complicated about you taking your behind on somewhere where you're not happy. It's ridiculous. I'm so sick of you walking around here throwing y'all relationship up in everybody's face. And then you're separated and getting divorced. Hey, sis, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Stupid is Real. Because the saints is stupid and they're getting on my nerve. You're getting married, going to all these damn churches. You know, wedding planners should love to see you coming. And the divorce lawyers should love to see you coming. As many divorces and weddings that they got to turn around and set up for you. It's ridiculous. It is so ridiculous. All right, Anthony, what you got? You said just look it up. There is only one at a time. Stupid is real, sis. It is so real. Stupid is real. And then you get mad at the people at the church when they start talking about your retarded behind. I can't say that word. Scratch that. I can't say that word. They told me we couldn't say that no more on social. You know, saying that or whatever. You know, with your slow ass, I can say that. You get mad because people start talking about you, and you and your slow husband or your slow wife, and you sitting up there and you done got married for the umpteenth time. Sick of it. Stop it. Let it go. Find something else to do. Listen, it's okay to be single. They're going to talk about you anyway. They're going to dog you anyway, whether you out here sleeping around with somebody you don't know or fornicating with somebody that you do know. They're going to talk about you whether you're married or not. It don't even matter. Just be in a place to be happy. And it's okay for people to be single and happy. It's okay for a person to be single and happy. Don't let nobody rush you into a commitment that you know you're not ready for. Shoot. My sister, I think I want to do a poly. Listen, I've said publicly, and I'm not ashamed to say it. You know, if I was to ever indulge in another relationship or something like that, I probably won't be monogamous. I don't know. I probably won't. I have to blame my ex for that, but I probably won't. Probably won't. Now, poly, shit, I don't know, because dealing with one person's emotions is one thing, but have to dealing with two, I don't know. I don't know about that one, sis. Now, I play around. Stupid is real. I play around, do what I want to do, say what I want to say, feel what I want to feel. But y'all stop doing that. Y'all stop that shit. Y'all stop getting married and knowing that you don't need to be getting married to the person that you married to. And you done been married 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1,500, 1,600 times. And to say, Polly, that's too many personalities to deal with. I agree with you, Anthony, because I can't do it. Hell, I don't know. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's all right to be in a position where you can be single and be happy. Get yourself together, get your mental together, get your physical together, get everything about you together, get your finances together. Because let me tell you something, dating is expensive. When you want to date someone, that's expensive because you want to be able to show your authentic self, and that costs money. Yeah, I remember back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Well, you know, a first date would have been kind of cool, you know what I'm saying, to go to Chili's, you know, back in the Gap. You know, Chili's was a cool first date, or going to a drive-in movie. That was cool, you know what I'm saying, on a first date. You know, first date was cool, you know what I'm saying, when you went out there to a cool little park and, you know, and you brought you a nice, you know, some cool little food to eat and, you know, some stuff like that that you could do. You know, stuff like that is cool, you know, used to be all right back in the day on a first date. Now everybody want to go to Paris Steakhouse for a first date. Now you want to go all over the damn place. You want to go to Papados and spend up $115 for one person for a first date. I remember when a first date could have been, you know what I'm saying? You pull up in your ride, I pull up in my ride, and we get out and we walk in the park and we just talk and we just have a good time. And then we look up and, oh my God, the time is late. And we go and we grab something late to eat and we chill and we still talking all night long without even touching each other. I remember stuff like that. Connection is what I'm talking about. And let me tell you something. I got something else I got to say. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. The reason one of the reasons why you want to get to a place where you want to know somebody is because you want to know not only who you're dealing with, but you want to know if a person have something to lose or not. Oh, where is my bill? Mama, where my bill at? I don't know where my bill is. Because let me tell you something, you got to watch out for people who will come in your life and destroy you because they ain't got shit to lose. They will come in your life. They'll rearrange everything you got going on, your progress, your professional life. They'll ruin your emotional life. They will ruin your business. They'll do everything because you love them, but they ain't got nothing for themselves. And they'll take everything you got and to try and tear it down. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Stupid is real. Stupid is so real. It's real. If you're married or in a relationship and you cheating, still different personalities. Even if dating different people, still personalities. So I guess that was in response to your comment, Anthony, my sister. Hey, boo, that's my sister. She's talking back to you. Now, Anthony says a coffee shop is a good first date for me. I'm not investing anything until I figure you out. There you go. There you go. That coffee shops is real cool. A Starbucks date. You know what I'm saying? That's real cool. Some of us have no originality when it comes to getting to know people because y'all want the quick microwavable fix. I was messing with my mom the other day. I was like, I want if I want baked beans, man, I want baked beans. I don't want no beans out the damn can. I want baked beans. I want somebody to put the beans in the pot, put the meat in there, let them cook, add your barbecue sauce, add your little cinnamon, whatever you're going to put in there, a little sugar, toss toss that shit up and serve it. Nobody wants to take the time anymore to get to know things and get to know people. How can you connect to somebody if you don't take the time to know them? I'm just saying. Oh yeah, my sister said a coffee shop day is perfect. Oh, listen, there's this coffee shop, here in Dallas. It's black owned, and that coffee shop is pretty cool. I know it's in North Dallas, but it's a pretty cool little first date spot off of 75 somewhere. And the way that they got it set up is that you can go, it's kind of almost like Sonic in a sense. You go and you sit there and they got like little monitors and stuff you order your coffee on. And then they got like a little side menu where you can actually pick certain kind of shows to watch or whatever while you wait for your coffee. And you sitting there and you laughing and you having conversation while this is actually playing to you, like a 30-minute sitcom or something like that, or channels or something like that you can actually watch TV, and it creates dialogue and creates conversation for those moments. You want to get to know a person, get to know them. Coffee and walk in the park, be creative. We don't always have to be at a fancy restaurant all dressed up just to talk. So, but anyway, let's move on to the next thing. Anthony, you see what you did? Now you done made me talk 13 minutes on that. Now see what you did, Anthony. It's all your damn fault. It's Anthony's fault, everybody. All right, so check this out. Check this out. Let's get into it now. I'm gonna go here for a second, but it ain't none of my business. I'm just a messenger or whatever. It ain't none of my business. But I'm to play a video for y'all, and I want y'all to tell me. Now, I'm not gonna play the whole thing now. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. Now, the video that I'm about to play is the mom of Miss Shirley. She is responding to y'all because somebody done called Child Protective Services on this woman. Matter of fact, it's been a lot of people done called Child Protective Services on this woman about this little girl that's calling herself Miss Shirley, and she's going everywhere doing the boots on the ground, and she tuning it up. She popping a fan and all this kind of stuff. And the woman got something she want to say to y'all. So I'm gonna play a little bit of the video. I may skip it forward just a little bit, but to find the video, you can go on TikTok, and there's also a couple other places I know that you'll be able to see or whatever. So I'm about to go ahead and play. Yes, it's for real. She got something to say. She want to respond to y'all. So so here it is. Let me go ahead and share my video. Share my screen real quick so y'all can see. She got something she need to say to y'all. And here it go. Check it out. Uh-oh, there it is.
Wanted to do take pictures with Miss Shirley. They wanted to take pictures, but they had to do their job because a sick bitch called up there. Way from another state. You way in another state and worry about what the fuck we got going on. I'm at wit's end. Y'all doing too much. I ain't reading no comments. I ain't responding to no comments. I don't care what it is. I'm not responding. I'm at wit's end. I did not know it was this many miserable people in this world. Y'all literally sit at home all day. All day. Them the ones it is. You sitting at home all day with nothing to do but sit and worry about what Tish Tucker and Miss Shirley got going on. It's sickening and it's fucking sad, and I'm fucking fed up with it.
Mm.
For a miserable motherfucker to call DHS on me about my child that's well taken care of. Y'all are fucking sick. To the old bitches that sit in my motherfucking inbox, disrespect me, inbox me, calling me bitches, hoes, sluts, and all that. I'm sick of it. I'm a motherfucking mama before anything. I'm sick of you low-life bitches trying to discredit me as a mother. And to anybody, any elders that's on here, I apologize for my cursing. I apologize if you feel I'm being disrespectful, but I am tired. I'm tired. Childhood, enjoy her childhood, because it's sick bitches out there like y'all that ain't got shit going for yourself. I ain't never left the motherfucking street you grew up on. That ain't got shit to do with me. I make sure me and mine good. We was good before boots on the motherfucking ground. She been wearing boots and she been clacking motherfucking fans before boots on the motherfucking ground. She been selling lemonade. My oldest one got an ice cream truck parked in the backyard. I got a whole motherfucking storage bin that I just bought back in November. Don't nobody just know about it. It's a whole motherfucking custom building that I purchased to do hair in my backyard. But y'all don't know because I ain't posted did it. I've been doing hair since motherfucking 96. Was born in 84. This shit ain't just started. I got this motherfucking house right here built from the ground up 10 motherfucking years ago. I was 20 something. I'm 40. I'm 40, so I got it built when I was like 29. Make it make sense. This shit ain't just started with me. I've been doing this. My mom and daddy taught me well.
Oh.
Unlike some of you miserable motherfuckers. Then y'all talking about pedophile. Motherfucking pedophile gonna be a pedophile. I protect mine. Y'all sit and make all these videos. Well, to Miss Shirley, mom, this message is for bitch. No, that ain't for me. Talk to your motherfucking self, because it ain't for me. I know what the fuck I'm doing. And when I feel like I don't, I know who to go to and talk to. A God gonna send somebody to me.
All right. So again, to check that out, to check that video out, I will drop the link in the comments. The video is about 10 minutes long. And so what y'all got to say about that? Now, y'all come on, drop the comments, because I want to know what y'all got to say. Now, Child Protective Services was called on her by several different people in different states. Now, and she said that Miss Shirley been clacking her fan and wearing boots since before boots on the ground, and that she just needs to be a child and she needs to enjoy her childhood. She says she was 40 years old. She been having her own stuff since she was the age of 29. She got a beauty shop in the back, and her son got an ice cream truck. And y'all basically need to get off of her jock, basically, and mind your own business. And she did talk about pedophiles is gonna be a pedophile. That's what she said. Now, y'all heard it. I didn't say it. She did. But I'm going to say this, though. It's unfortunate that something like this is going viral when we are in the climate that we are in. It's unfortunate for this baby. According to other things in the video that she's going to go through, because I watched the whole thing. She says that there are many people contacting different social media outlets to have her banned. Wow. Now, listen. Now, I don't know if y'all seen Miss Shirley do the boots on the ground, But y'all go ahead and Google it, or type in Miss Shirley, Facebook. You type in on X or Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. If you type in Miss Shirley and watch Miss Shirley do the boots on the ground, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I agree with her for a second as it relates to her raising her kids the way she want to raise her kids. That is the way she want to raise her kids. That ain't got nothing to do with you or me. You know, I just want to know where the daddy at. Where's the daddy? Can somebody call the father? Where is he? Because I know y'all getting on the mama, but where is the daddy? You know, and I also want to know is what about her childhood is she really experiencing being, oh, I got to use the right word for this because I'm talking about a child being publicized like this, because she goes to these different events and some of them are adult events. That now she said that how is it adult events when there are kids there and stuff like that. You know, now what has been shown on social media that this baby has been in all different kinds of places doing the boots on the ground. Some of them say that it's real cute and she is a pretty little girl. She really is a pretty little girl, but she's 4 years old. She's 4 years old and she's doing the boots on the ground, and she tuned it up. My sister, I do think that people are doing too much now. However, I pray that she's protecting her. Yeah, me too. Me too. But see, when you get on social media and you rolling your neck like this and you trying to make your point, you know, and you cussing and stuff like that, hey, we in the black community. You know, that's typical. Unfortunately. Hey, sis, they're my big sis right there. Are you in Dallas? Or are you still out there with them people? With them people. Let me know. I don't have too much to say other than the fact that you gotta be careful who your child is exposed to and how you are exposing your child. The internet is full of weirdos. The internet is full of stalkers. The internet is full of all kind of things now. And yes, unfortunately, I live in the state of Texas where sex trafficking of minors is number 2 in the country. Now, I don't know where they at. I don't know where they at, but I do know that particularly in just about every state in this country, that sex trafficking is huge. That pedophilia is huge, especially in the black community, because we don't talk about, you know, the uncle that untouched you, the cousin that untouched you. You know, we don't talk about stuff like that a lot, but it's there and it's relevant and it's prevalent. And you have to understand that while, oh, I got to be careful, while she is operating in her innocence as an adult, we should know better. We should know better. We should know better. I'm not saying if the woman is right or wrong. What I'm saying is that we got to be in a place where you got to be careful. She is a little girl. She's a little girl. Same for the little boys too. You know, same for the little boys too. But see, for little girls, it's so impressionable. Like I was talking about earlier about the little girl at the store, and all she was the funk. I mean, she just cussing. I said, baby, don't use that kind of language in front of me. I'm an adult here. Had to be 12 or 13 years old. And when I told her, listen, if you continue to behave this way, you're going to attract a man one day that's going to treat you like that way. And the moment that you have your children, you're going to want your kids to respect you the exact same way. Y'all, listen, you can't be in a place where you are not teaching and rearing your kids the right way, because what's going to happen is if you don't, the world is. Hey sis, she says, I hope that she's not women. Hold on, sis, women. I hope that she is not saying that her doing this dance at grown parties is not her being a child that's working. And it's not uncommon for children to be in the entertainment business, but the consequences of this has been seen from child stars for decades. Listen, that don't let's not point them out, because you know it's a whole lot of child stars that's coming out right now about different things that's going on in their lives. A whole lot. Y'all remember what's her name? Darn it. I can't think of. I know I have to remember her first name was Dana, but she was Kimberly on Different Strokes. If you don't know what that is, then you know, look up Different Strokes. And you know, that's what Philip Drummond had adopted 2 black boys by the name of Arnold and Willis. And he had a daughter named Kimberly. And I think I can't remember her last name, but she was a child star, and she was on cocaine, and she was on a lot of stuff because she was so depressed because people were after her all the time. There are so many different things that can happen, and now that we live in a viral climate where all you gotta do is pick up your phone, and click a button and hit like or hit share. I think her mama using her for clout. I think her mom is using her for clout. Thank you, D. Dana Platt. I remember that story. She have a whole story out there about how she could not stop using drugs because of the way that she had been treated by her parents. I even think what's her name? What's the girl name? Kiki. I can't think of Kiki's last name, but y'all know who Kiki Palmer. She was talking about one day how you know, her coming up in the industry, how, you know, she kind of said something to her dad, all messed up or whatever the case it is, and it did something to her because he had to check her. I'm the one making all the money, and he had to check her. It's so many different things that could happen with these children, and you got to be careful. They're impressionable. They're sponges. They soak up everything. My little great nephew right now. How old is Junior? Junior is, let me see, going on 2, or maybe he is 2. And I had to watch him one day, and I'm sitting up there looking at this little boy. He 2 years old, and he working my darn cell phone better than me. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. And to Miss Shirley's mom, God bless your heart. God bless your heart. Now I don't know what else to say about that, because you know what my fear is. D, you watching? You know what my fear is? My godmother's watching. My sisters are watching. You know what my fear is that when the next fad come along, she gonna be a part of that too. When boots on the ground, it's gonna become just like a regular line dance. You know, like the wobble. You know, and just a regular line dance, and it's not as popular as it was at one point in time. When the next line dance come out, she gonna be a part of it too. I just don't know. I just don't understand. Sis said a whole lot of them, all kinds of trauma and things they have dealt with for years. And those parents are allowing them to be a part of this stuff. That's why R. Kelly is where he is, and a list of others. Sad part is the parents knew what was going on. And she sure did know. Sparkle knew. They was Sparkle's niece. And you see Sparkland came out with another record, not another one, after they went after R. Kelly the first time. But that's, you know, I love R. Kelly though. I like his music, but you know, y'all got to be careful what you do with your kids. You are responsible for these kids in the sight of the community and in the sight of God. You're responsible for these children. So parents, let me tell you something. Don't be in a pickle and in the funk when your child turn out the way they turn out. Because the way you raise them is how they're going to come out. Yes, they will stray. Yes, they're going to have their issues. Yes, things are going to happen, but one thing they won't lose if you teach them right is the respect that they have for you and themselves. Because stupid is real. It's been an hour 5. And I sure thank y'all for y'all comments on today. Again, make sure you check us out on this coming Friday. Myself and my boy Big E. We're gonna be back on the wire with the devil and his advocate. We got some things we're gonna talk about. We got some stuff we want to talk about. I don't know why he want to talk about this stuff, and I'm gonna be sitting there listening because he on a rant. He on a rant. You know, Black Power. He on a rant. Black Power. He on a rant, and I don't know what's going on. He on a rant. And also on next Saturday, catch myself, Mo Swag, and Reggie. We're gonna jump on the wire with MTG Live. Okay, D, you said, but where were the people's energy when the kids was doing this at the family gathering? See, D, see, I was not trying to go there because we got a whole lot of Miss Shirley's in our family that's not viral. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take it a step further. Okay, my sister's on here. Y'all remember that song? Hey Titan, good morning. That's another one of my best friends. Listen, y'all remember the scrub the ground, scrub that ground. I remember going to the sock hops when we were children, and we were scrubbing the ground, baby. We were scrubbing the ground. We was tootsie rolling. We was cabbage patching. We was prepping. We was doing a whole lot of stuff back in the Gap. Dances, quite frankly, was way worse than what Miss Shirley's doing. And our music was very sexual. Y'all remember that song? Who was that? That was R. Kelly, Honey Love. Y'all remember Honey Love? Y'all remember Keith Sweat, Johnny Gill? Let's not even talk about the groups. Mint Condition, Next, SWV, Escape. Let's not even talk about my girl Janet Jackson. Let's not even talk about, when we started getting up in high school, Lil' Kim and Foxy. Let's not even talk about that. Mia X, I'll take your man. I'm just saying, we was doing the WAP and everything else. I mean, we was scrubbing it. Scrub that ground. Scrub that ground. You get all down there and scrub the ground too, boy. You was just in that thing. Scrub that ground. Just anything. Scrub that ground. I mean, you was in that thing, boy. Sweating. You come out the darn sock hop, the pep rally, your mama looking like that. Why is you sweating like that? Bumping. I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind, baby. I don't see nothing wrong. Don't y'all listen? Dancing is a part of us. It's a part of our culture. It's a part of our culture, even across the seas. It's a part of our culture. A lot of tribal dances for different ceremonies and different rituals of our African brothers and sisters. And a lot of our kinship. They would dance for fertility. They would dance for joy, for hope, spiritual needs and reasons by our ancestry, and they were very sexual in nature because you used your body as a beacon of energy. But hey, what do I know? I just know stupid is real. That's all I know. So to Miss Shirley's mama, God bless your heart. That's all I got to say. Thank y'all so much for watching. I sure appreciate y'all watching on today. I'm over my time. It's an hour 9. Make sure you watch Pastor Jamal Bryant if you want to know how else to boycott Target, because obviously Target is, they feeling the heat. So you go ahead and you watch, and follow Pastor Jamal Bryant, find out when the next set of boycotts are and stuff like that and who they're going after next. And I just want you guys to be safe, be sane, And if I had to give you some encouraging words, I say what I said earlier, and I'm just going to repeat what I say. Please be careful who you attach yourself to that don't have nothing to lose, because they'll come in your life and rip your life apart for that reason. They'll have nothing to lose. It's okay to detach. It's okay to say, you know what? I've had enough. It's okay to say, I'm sorry, I'm not interested. It's okay to say no. It's all right. Take the time to get to know one another. Rebuild and reestablish connection. It's okay to do that, because in this time, everything has to be microwavable. But you know what's not microwavable? People. As humans, we're not microwavable. We learn lessons with trials, tribulations, journeys. Our life is a journey. We learn better when you know and do better. I'm just saying. But thank y'all for watching. We should appreciate that. And I'm gonna bid you guys a good day. If you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, please do us a favor. Be careful, because it's supposed to rain today. If you're in Houston, it's supposed to be hot. So y'all be careful out there. Thank y'all for watching from all over the place. I have people on from DC, Ohio, Arkansas. Thank y'all for watching today. I appreciate it. Love y'all much. Remember, stupid is real. But guess what? You don't have to be. See you in a minute. Peace.
Got a different view, 여유롭게 달려와 내일은 더 빛나지 당연, yeah. 내 삶은 shine like a diamond. 괜히 해서 뭐해 걱정. I got no worries, no. I got no worries, no. I got no worries, no. I'm shining like a diamond, shining like a diamond, yeah. got different view, 여유롭게